if you look on Prima's Facebook page, you'll notice that Prima's also doing a blog hop. And a blog hop is where you start at one blog, which would be Prima's, and then you go to each blog on the list that they have listed below, and you just follow along to see all of the great projects, all of the great ideas that our educators and designers have for you. And then there might be prizes along the way. I do have one on my blog as well, and so make sure you go and check all this out. Okay? You can see me and hear me? Yay! This is my little room. I just did a little reorganizing. Needed to kind of, I guess, organize myself a little better. It became a little overwhelming. So I did that not too long ago. And, okay, so this time what we're going to do is I'm going to show you a scrapbook page. And today's class, I'm also going to give away a kit using some of the supplies, a lot of supplies I'll show you. If you go to my page on Facebook and say that you joined me on National Scrapbook Day, I will pick one lucky winner to receive the kit. So let's go ahead and get started, okay? Hi everybody, thank you. I colored it this week. I colored my hair. I went back to dark. Dark. I was thinking of going back to blonde, which is kind of my natural hair color, but it sounded too much of effort and money, which neither I have. So I am doing good, thank you. I am good. It is live and it is recording. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to go over a few of the products we're going to be using. Of course, I have to use Carly, my daughter. So we are using the Hello Pastel Collection in this class. And the products we're going to use and the products one lucky winner will receive. I'm going to show you the papers I'm actually going to use. I'm going to show you a few extras of the Hello Pastel Collection. I really like this line. It has a contemporary clean feel to it, but it still has that Prima edge, which I really like. It has nice pastel light colors. It has some really fun background designs, and it works really well with Prima's other product. As always, they do a great job making collections that will work for a lot of different styles, okay? So this is one of the main pages I'm going to use in the collection, in the project today, and this one is Cupcake, and it's in the Hello Pastel Collection, and this is the A side with these cool little patterns on one side, and then I'm going to be using the polka dot side for the main background. Okay. And the next one, I'm not using this one, but I wanted to show you some of the papers. And this one is Confection, and it has a really pretty teal background. It's hard to see on my lighting, but it has a teal background with purples and greens and pinks. And then a nice bright, this is kind of bright for me, but I think it would be really fun to put a lot of art mediums on here and darken it and deepen it down. You could get really cool effects on this bright colored paper with a lot of vintage tones to it. So that was Confection. Okay, and that is one of the papers you'll be getting in your little giveaway, whoever wins. This one is Pastry Shop. This is a really fun tag sheet. I'm going to use a few elements off of here. You have full tags. You have little banner pieces right here. A lot of different little elements. And the back is a little checkered gingham type design. Kind of gives me a little headache, but I really like the other side. It's really workable. So that's another one that will be in the giveaway. And this one, I like this one too. This one is Powdered Pastel, or Petals. Hard to read it upside down. Powdered Petals. And I'm going to be using a piece of this as well. Okay, and that's the B side. And we have actually a mask, a 12 by 12 mask that's very similar to this same design. And I wonder if I have it. I think I do. I want to show it to you guys. I think it's the exact same. I notice these things kind of off-cant or off of subject sometimes. Oh, I found it, see? I wasn't imagining. This is a cool, I like this one. Very cool for adding backgrounds. And this would be really neat to add a different technique or texture on top of the existing pattern. So that is going to be in the little giveaway. Then we have Hello Pastel and Buttercream. It's making me hungry. Why do they have to name these after foods? So this has a really cool honeycomb design on one side, and then a very pretty gray background with some flower elements on the other. Okay. This lovely piece, I really like this. I know a lot of people are like, this is kind of out of, it doesn't really match the collection, but when you blend this really soft, very floral Prima style paper in with the rest of the collection, it works really well. It does. And this page is Sugar Cube. And what I did on one layout is I cut a few of these squares out. And I used the opposite side, the pink that comes on the B side, flipped it over and made them pop up off of the page, and added one little photo and a little cluster of embellishments. And the paper itself created its own really great layout. Okay. And then this one is Cream Puff. Again, another food. And this is a really cool, almost a chevron arrowed design. It's a gray design on one side, and then a white, nice, crisp background with some floral elements around the edge. Did Carrie come back? I know it's food all the time. Carrie got bumped off. She's trying to get back on. Okay, she'll be back on. She's trying to get back on. This sheet is a really nice sheet to use for elements, like which I'm going to do matting and little bits and pieces on a layout. This page has a nice selection of different textures and patterns. And this one is Parfait. This is the A side. It's got a nice little chevron striped, some of the floral elements. We have these tiny little squares with the same rose pattern as that one sheet I showed you. And then a nice gray striped background design on the other. And I believe that's it for the pages I'm going to show you guys. Now to get started. So again, my base page is going to be the gray polka dot. I really like this one. It's very nice neutral background. Even with the polka dots, the contrast between the gray and the white doesn't make it too harsh. It may look like it on the camera, but it's a very soft palette. So you can balance and add, or not balance, but add and layer a lot of the patterns in this collection and create very fun layouts. All right. Okay, now let me, I'm still kind of waiting on Carrie. Let's give her a couple seconds, but let me show you some of the other elements. And these are all going to be in that giveaway. We're going to, a washing fabric tape set. This time Prima, this last release, released a washi tape and a fabric tape together, which is really nice because they have different thicknesses, and you could do different techniques with them. We're also going to be using some of the vintage trinkets. And excuse me, there's 4 pieces in each set, and I like that they come out with like two different colors, just for the fact that you can make these stand out differently with different papers and different embellishments. Okay, then I'm going to be using these flowers. I really like these flowers. They're one of my favorites. These are the Cabrillo in lavender. Still not on. Trying to. Carrie's having technical difficulties. Okay. Yes, I will be giving the link of my Facebook page towards the end again. Carrie's still trying to get on. I think Ustream's got it in for me today. First show didn't want to switch cameras, and now this. But so this is the Cabriolet in lavender, and the item number on that's 566814. All right. And I like these because you get 3 large, medium, and small flowers, and then you get this little cluster. These little clusters, I wish Prima would just carry these separate. Just a big pack of these little clusters with the centers already in them. Those would be awesome. Then we're also going to be using these flowers. These are the Mercy Springtime 566708. You can see there. All right, and then a set of the buttons, the Hello Pastel buttons. And these are the wood ones. These are 564940. Thank you for helping Anna on those links and stuff. I will put the link up a little bit later, okay? And then I have the alphas, and I'm not sure if we'll be using these, but oh, we are, because we have these stickers. Now this set has these cool little banners or tags that match the paper, which is really cool. So these are the alphabets, and the alphas are 563295. So it's whoever wins my little giveaway on my Facebook page, which I'll give you the link in a bit. You'll get the alphabets, the tape set. You'll get a set of the buttons. You'll get a set of both of the flowers. You'll get a set of the trinkets, and then you'll also get some of the papers. All right. So you will have a nice little goodie giveaway. And I'm doing a giveaway on that page, and I have a giveaway along with the blog hop as well. So if you visit my blog with the blog hop, I'm doing a $50 Prima prize giveaway. So make sure you check out all of the Prima hop today. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to first cut off my little strip, and my paper trimmer is out in the car, I believe. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut it off. Actually, you know what? Wait, I'm going to grab another paper trimmer. Okay. Had to go dig in the closet. Thank you. We just want to see how many of you guys are actually joining in and having fun with us today. And I just like sharing the fun with people, and you know what I mean? Prima is always a good thing. So I'm just going to cut the little strip off like so. Easy, right? That's the easiest part of the project. Okay. And the other pieces I'm going to cut out of are, I don't have my sample. This original is at Prima, so I'm going off of a photo. We're going to cut pieces out of that, and let me find it. Got to find it. And I lost it. Here it is, right here. And that piece. Alright. Now, the A4 size pads. Let me see if I have one handy. And oh, right here. Now, I suggest getting the A4 size pads. These come in really handy for cutting smaller pieces on pages, like photo mats and just background element pieces. These come in really handy for that specific idea. So if you can, try to get the A4s of each collection, and that will help. You could buy one of these instead of these 12x12s of every one, or you could do one each of the 12x12s or two each of the 12x12s, and still have plenty with the A4 included to do a lot more scrapbook pages. All right. Okay, hubby works for company in Poway. Can't wait. Oh, it's Ramona. I'm just, I'm near Poway. Close to Poway. Okay. So, next what I'm going to do is I have some little background pieces that I'm going to put behind my photo. And I am really kind of horrible at measuring. So, we are going to do, let's do an 8. I think it's an 8 or a 6x4. Let's see. Get my little guides out to extend that out a little bit. Let's do, actually, Let's cut it this way. Let's do 4. I think. Trying to guess, you guys. I'm sorry. It's 4 this way. There we go. Let's do 4 by 8. Yeah? Yeah, 4 by 8. When I put layouts together, a lot of the times I don't measure. I just cut and wait to see what looks good. So we did a 4 by 8 on that piece. Then on the opposite piece, I'm just going to use this leftover cutoff for another piece of element to stack. And then on this gray, on the parfait piece of paper, I'm just going to cut a little strip. Let's do a little 3, and I'm going to cut so that I'm cutting the teal paper as well, the teal floral design as well as the gray strip or stripe, because I'm going to use the floral on another piece of the layout. So let's go ahead and do 4 all the way across, 4 inches. And then let's cut another little 4-inch square. We're going to cut a 4-inch square. So that piece, the gray striped piece, is going to be 4 by 4. All right. And then these ones, we're going to cut at about a 2, let's say 2-inch strips. So 4 by 2, 4 by 2, and then another 4 by 2. All right. And these I'm going to make little peekaboos on the outside of my layout. Carrie's back. Alrighty. Carrie, Anna's been helping. She's been amazing. So we're going to put these little strips that we just cut aside, and we're going to first layer our photo mat for our picture. And I'm going to get my distressing tool because you cannot go anywhere without the Prima Comfort Craft Tool. Okay. Now, if you're new, I'm going to go briefly over our Comfort Craft Tool. And this is kind of your all-in-one distressing tool. It has a really nice fine sand grit or sandpaper type grit on the top. You have your traditional page edger, which I'll be using in a minute, on the side. You can see right here. It has a little protector so you can't cut yourself really. And then it has a heavier grit sander on the other. And this is removable and replaceable. When you purchase it, it comes with an extra blade and you can empty out all the shavings that you have underneath. And then on the other side, you have this really nice bone fold for card making and paper creasing, things like that. And at the end, there's a couple little tools at the other end. You have a brayer for rub-ons. And you also have, underneath the little protector, these wire bristled brushes. And these come in handy if you want to add like a distressed surface to your paper or even your photographs. Where is the photograph? I can show. I'm going to cut one of these down a bit, the photo down a bit, so I could show you guys. Let's see, which photo should I use? I think I'm going to use this one. Oh, why do I have glue on my picture? Where did that come from? Bad. I'm going to use that photo. So I'm going to show you on this picture. You can scratch the surface and give it a really cool vintagey feel. You can see, hopefully you can see the photo where it scratched the surface. See that? Kind of just a cool little technique. All right. So we have my photo and somehow got glue on it. I'm going to trim this down a little bit to a 4 by 4 to kind of square it up a bit. I believe this is a 4-inch photo. Yeah, 4 by 4. Make sure I cut the right end. My beautiful girl. Very blessed to have that one. Okay. Alright, so now what we're going to do, and I don't know why it's doing this, and I'm losing light. So now I'm going to take my paper distresser, my Comfort Craft Tool, and kind of just distress the edges. It doesn't have to be a lot. You just want to kind of rough it up a little bit. And I'll go back through once I have the pages glued down and kind of roll up the pages a bit more. Okay. Yeah, Anna's joining us, and she's been a traveling fool. She has had classes all over the globe. Very busy. Okay. Taking that, and you could also take it on your little craft mat and run it this way as well to kind of distress the edges. I'm just taking the little razor type edge to these real quick. And again, you can distress it more once you get them down. This one I'm going to leave pretty flat because this is our base. And we are going to, let's see. Right. Okay. So we're going to place this right about here in the center of our page. Now this is a little shorter. I think it needs to be a little bit shorter, but that's okay. We'll work with it. So we're going to place this one down first, and I'm going to go ahead and use my liquid adhesive. I just like the liquid because I know it's going to stay. Some of the dry adhesives can dry out, of course. The adhesive will lose its grip, and pages sometimes fall apart. Come on. Trying. Here it goes. This is Beacon's 3-in-1. It's similar to Fabric Tack. It's a little bit thinner. Basically the same mixture, but anything Fabric or Beacon makes, I just adore. Works very well. So we're just going to place this down. And I'm just kind of off-centering these pieces. They're not any exact science. I just want something that's going to peek out underneath our photograph. So let's go ahead and put our teal page piece down. And I am laying these flat. Okay. Oh, he got down a little too far. Too far. Stay. Okay. And I am going to pop up my photo. So I'm going to take my little foam squares. They got flying everywhere. Just pop that up a little bit. Make your photo stand out. Doesn't need a lot, but kind of got random right there with my pop dots, yeah? What the heck? It's been a long morning. Okay, poor Carrie's going to be at it all day. Hi, Grammy. Hi, Emma. Okay, got them all off. Yep. Okay, so I'm just going to center my photo, right about there, I guess. I'm just trying to... I didn't get these in close enough, but that's okay. We'll go with the flow, right? So put our photo down. And now what I'm going to do, now that I have my photo down, I'm going to kind of roll up some of these papers. Add a little more distress to them. Curl them up and add kind of a pop of color from the other side, which is nice about the 12x12s that you may not get with this A4 if you're going to do this technique. The A4s are blank on one side, so if you do want to try this technique, I would use the 12x12 sheets. Alrighty. Now I have my base down, and of course, can't stop there, right? Never. So I'm going to add a few peekaboos, and what it'll do is create the illusion that you actually have two pieces of paper on top of each other, but why waste a whole another 12x12 piece of paper to create this effect? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to rip open a little area up top. It's going to be a pretty good size one, about 2 inches, about the depth of our little piece of paper we're going to glue behind. So we can put that down there and kind of pop that up. like so. All right, and I'm just going to glue the 3 sides, the bottom and the sides. Okay, like so. Smooth that out a little bit. Pop that on. Press those down. Okay. Like that. See there? And we're going to do a couple others around the page. I'm going to do a teeny little piece, and then one that kind of is more ripped and rolled. And it kind of looks random now, but once we add all the elements and everything onto it, I promise it'll make sense. I'm going to cut this one in half because I'm not going quite as deep, and I don't want to waste more paper. So again, I'm going to just run my adhesive around the edge. Come on. This is like not, there's no way, Carrie, that we're going to take an hour and a half to make this scrapbook page. May have to make something else while we're waiting, huh? Okay, so I'm going to place this again underneath my original piece. Take this little guy, cut him down further. And you can cut, this is a great way to use your scrapbook, your scrap pieces. Like you may have little bits and pieces laying around. This is a really fun way to use those up. Da, 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 da. Okay. And then let's do one more. We'll do kind of opposite of where our bigger piece is. We'll just do a small one and kind of roll up the paper. I started doing this little roll rip technique about 4 years ago, 5 years ago. It's just a fun way. I started doing it to use my smaller pieces of paper that I really couldn't utilize anywhere else. So I thought it'd be a great way to just include them instead of throwing them away. Or you could even use the Prima packaging like this. Really great way to use that up. Okay, so we have our little papers. All right. So there's our papers. Really, it's that simple. Okay, so now we're going to start doing our layering. Now, we have these fun little wood embellishments. I don't have the box because I use them like crazy. But I wanted to show some of these to you, and we're going to use the chalk inks on these. You can use the chalk inks. You could use whatever you want, art medium-wise, on these embellishments. I got to pull out the heavy-duty Box O colors and find just the right one. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and use Vintage Pink on a couple pieces. I think those will help stand out really well against the other colors. Okay. I walked away. That might have been why. So I'm going to take a couple of these flowers. I walked away from the computer. That's might be why it went out. Let's see. Here's a few. Let's get rid of the leaf. We don't want the leaf. Okay. And all you're going to do is you're going to take these just like the last. And I got a little black on there. I taught another class, and I think they kind of mixed. Let me try to get some of this black ink off of my stamp pad. My little junk towel. Find a semi-clean spot. My junk towel is about ready to get washed. May have to grab another ink pad, you guys. Yeah, I'm going to have to grab another one. I use these in a lot of mixed media classes, so they kind of sometimes get tossed around and blended. Let's use Old Rose. And I have another Vintage Pink in here, so I think, yeah, that's a good one. Brand new. All right. Whoop. These are really, they're saturated with ink, so you get a lot for your money with these. Yeah, that one's a lot better. Okay, and you can even layer these if I want to soften it up a little bit. I can add the old rose to the top of it, which kind of matches our theme a little better. So I'm going to go to the old rose. Just cover those right up. And they cover them so quickly without a bunch of mess. And sometimes that's what you want. You just want a quick project, not a whole lot of mess. If you want to make a scrapbook page for a friend for their birthday, just bust out some Prima supplies, get a project done, and it'll look like you spent all day on it. Just don't tell them. Alrighty. Yes, the chalk inks are an opaque finish chalk. Chalk kind of gives that away, but they are an opaque finish, and they have a very wide range of colors to choose from. So I'm going to peek this first little flower out of our opening up here in the corner. Just add a little adhesive. Don't need a lot. They are pretty light embellishments weight-wise, so you don't need a whole lot to hold them in place. Okay. Next, what we're going to do is I am going to use some of the metals. They're not in the giveaway, but I do want to show them to you guys. These are the Prima frames. This is the Hello Pastel Collection. They comes with 6 different metal frames. They're all flat back, so you can glue them directly onto your project. And as well, inside they come with a little page that you could use on the frames. Let me pull that out and show you guys. So it's a little chip or a heavy cardstock piece. I'm not going to use this right now. I'm just going to use the frames. But I just wanted to show you that those come in. I'm just going to use a couple of frames to add a little hardware to the piece. I'm going to put one down towards the bottom over here. Let's flatten that out. Over here. Actually, let's use this one. Kind of stands out a little further. And then this one we'll put up here in the corner. And I kind of like to anchor my photos. When you anchor your photos with embellishments, it keeps your photos as the center focal point. If you kind of get a lot of cluster of embellishments, you may lose the focal point, which should be your photo sometimes. So I just kind of try to anchor whatever I'm working on that way. I don't know. It's hard to explain. So I'm just adding, you don't have to add adhesive all the way around. You can see some of my adhesives peeking out, but I'm going to hide that with some flowers in a bit. So I'm just going to add a little bit right along the edge. Now the fabric tack and the 3-in-1 will hold the metal in place. It's heavy duty enough. I make jewelry with it. It's, I mean, that strong. Okay, next what I'm going to do is we're going to bust out the flowers. Actually, wait, not flowers. Next what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how you can use some ink. I have some India ink. Ow! Let me find the right color. And it's a acrylic artist ink. This is an acrylic paint, but it's a fluid, liquid paint. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to open this little guy up. And they have little ink droppers in them, already on them. So what I'm going to do, and you know what, I should have done this before I put the metal down, but that's okay, is I'm going to make sure my ink dropper is full, and I'm just going to draw right around my little photo. Add a little bit more. You can kind of drop some around. Oop, I got a little messy, but that's okay. Kind of add a little bit of splatter here and there. Okay. I got really big globs on that one spot, but we can kind of camouflage it. Okay, and I also have some purple. I'm going to add purple in there to kind of bring some of the color from the collection out. Okay. And again with the little dauber, you don't have to squeeze with this, you just kind of splatter. I'm going to take the heat gun to this in just a second. I got a little overzealous with the black over there, but that's okay. Take out the heat gun. Heat this real quick. I don't want my black ink to go running, so I'm going to suck some of that up real quick. I'll dab some of that up. I'm going to go ahead and dab it. Kind of speed up the process a bit, huh? Okay. So here is our little layout right now. Okay. Ooh, I know. Exciting. Now we're going to add the flowers. The Prima goodies. We're also going to add some of our little tags as well. So let's kind of go ahead and cut out some of these. First off, I'm going to go ahead and cut out a few of these little banners, a couple of these little banners. Lovely, happiness, best day ever. So I'm going to cut a couple of those out. Just real fast. I'm just going to use scissors. Like so. My hand's shaking. That doesn't happen usually. It's getting like a roasting oven in my room too. The heat is picking up here. At least 90s probably today. Okay, so I'm just going to cut the little banner out. Fun little elements that they include. I'm going to place that down here. Let's see, next I'm going to cut out, let's see, I'm going to cut out this little banner or this tag. I'm not going to use it as a tag, but I like the yellow background in it. So I'm going to cut this out as well. Just cut the top off. It's going to be hidden anyways. Just cut it down. And cut out another little banner. Now, fun little way to get an exact, or you know, your tails the same, is cut it in half. And then at an angle from the center out towards the edges, cut a little triangle out, and that will give you even tails on your banner pieces. Okay. So again, let's go ahead and add these. I'm going to actually add these with a little pop dot so that they sit above our metal piece. Let's take that off right here. Kind of tuck it underneath our photo. And again, I'm going to pop this one up just a little bit. Okay. This is a little thick. A little wide here, but that's okay. I'll fix it. Next what we're going to use is these. These again are the Cabrillo lavender flowers. We're substituting these. Actually, not yet. These ones, sorry. We're going to use the Mercy Springtime. Okay. Am I not on the camera again, you guys? I'm going to take the larger one and then the small teal one so that they match. And again, I'm going to anchor my photo. I want to make sure I keep it kind of collective. We're going to glue these on. Okay. And now that I have my little sub focal points, I guess you could call it, or secondary focal points, I can build around these with my other embellishments. Now I'm going to open our little purple and pink page or pack of flowers. I'm going to take the small purple one, kind of puff it up a little bit, separate the layers so it stands up a little better. This one's going to get tucked underneath our teal one, so it just kind of pops out a little bit. Just a little. Alrighty. And then another one of our little wood flowers. These stand out over here. Oh, my ink's still wet. Gotta be careful about that. See, like so. Alright. And now what I can add is our little metal trinkets. I'm going to add this little daisy. It has adhesive already on it, but I'm going to add a little bit more so that later on it doesn't decide to fall off. I'm going to tuck this up in here. I'm going to leave the bow on, but I'm going to tuck it up, kind of hide it. Now, I don't have the actual clips for the Hello Pastel, but these are the wood little clothespins. I really like these. These are really fun to include on your scrapbook pages or to keep a little mini daily journal closed. Fun little additions. I'm going to take the little pink one and kind of just add it, peeking out up top, kind of clip it onto one of my flowers. Alrighty. Now on to my next little cluster. We're going to add another little wood flower. Let's do a different one. Just add a little bit of glue. I'm going to glue it onto my metal frame. You can layer these on. That's another thing with the liquid adhesive. You can really layer and add depth with different art media or different surfaces, I should say. And we of course have to add our buttons. Now look at these buttons. These have so many different designs, and even I believe there's like 3 or 4 that have the design engraved into the wood. So besides having them printed, they also have a couple that are kind of etched or burned in directly into the wood surface. Aren't those cool? Very neat. Okay. So let's go ahead and add a couple of these. Let's do this little purple guy right here. And I'm going to add another one. Since we have a little open space here, let's add this one right there. Okay. Actually, let's swap this one out. Okay. Da, 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 da. This is kind of the breather class. This is the no-brainer class that you guys can kind of watch, and the next you guys will have more detailed information from Drew and Frank. Okay, so I'm going to cut another couple banner pieces out. I'm going to do happiness, because who doesn't like to be happy, right? That's our goal in life, is to be happy and to make other people happy. Okay. Now again, I want another little accent piece behind this, so I'm going to cut out another, oh, let's see. Oh, these are good. These little arrows. Also, before I leave, I'm going to show you a sneak of I'll show you my May class for this month for Live with Prima. We're going to have fun with it. It's going to be messy fun. Okay. Oop. Cut that across like so. Before I glue these down, I want to bring out some of our washi tape. Okay, I'm going to use the washi tape. I'm not going to use the fabric tape on this one. I'm just going to pull off a couple little strips. Lay it straight onto my paper. Okay. Can do a couple long pieces. Ah! I'm gluing myself. There we go. Kind of see how I added some color. And we'll place our little tag down right here. And our pink one. Like so. And you can kind of distress these as well if you'd like. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little black outliner pen and I'm going to outline these. Like so. And what this will do is kind of draw in, make the tags match our black embellishments with the inks. And again, I got a little carried away with the acrylic. Kind of came out quicker than I'd hoped, but that's okay. I'm going to come down here to our little lovely tag and do the same. Just doodle around the edge. Doodle, 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 doodle. All right. Okay. Now we are going to open the alpha stickers. Alpha stickers. Now you can see we have my everything, so happy, adorable, and we're going to use these to add to our, basically add our titles or our subtitles to the page. So I'm going to open that up. Did I post on Facebook yet? No, I don't believe I did, Carrie. Okay. So let's do adorable. Pull that off, and I'm just going to add some pop dots over here. Over here. Kind of tuck this over there. And let's use another one. My everything. Don't tell our brother that. He'll get mad. Just kidding. I'm just going to add one little foam square on the one side that's kind of lower than the rest of the layers, and just pop that in there. Ta-da! See? Easy peasy. Now you can go back in with your little tape and add more pieces to kind of add more color. So I can tuck some underneath my photo up here. It kind of has a little dead space. We can add some over here to kind of camouflage some of our oh yes, a giveaway. While I'm finishing this up, on my Facebook page, if you go to my Facebook page and you mention that you joined me today on Live with Prima on National Scrapbook Day, I don't want all those other people knowing, but if you guys mention that you were with me on National Scrapbook Day, I will pick a winner at random, and you'll win some of the items I used in the kit today. Okay, so if you just go over on the wall, on my artist wall, and say that you were with me on Live with Prima, you have a chance to win some goodies, okay? So that's basically it for the layout. All right, so we just added a lot of dimension with our different scrapbook elements, the embellishments. Prima has more than just flowers, and I wanted to show you that. So we have the wood and we have the metal. And you can even create embellishment type effects with your papers. So there's a lot of different things that you could do. Okay, I still have like a half hour. What should I make, you guys? Let's do off the cuff again. So this is our layout. Now I would go a little light on the ink again. Got a little carried away there. But Jamie, page it first. So Jamie, ignore my friend request on your other one. I got the correct page. I'll friend you guys. I don't care if you want to be friends. I'm more than happy to be friends. So that is the page. You can go on and on with adding little bits and pieces to this layout, but I think this is pretty good. Okay, so let's see. Have you guys heard? Oh, let me show you my little album we'll be doing in May for my May class. I'll show you that real quick. This is the album I'm going to be showing you guys later in May. Alrighty. She kind of sometimes likes me scrapbooking. Here. So, but this is the album we're going to be doing. This is an old pressboard wood album Prima had a long time ago. I'm going to see if we can get those available again. And then I'm going to show you how you can blend paints and gesso and use your washi tapes. I know somebody had mentioned on Facebook they had no clue what to use it for, so I wanted to kind of give you a couple elements. And then of course I had to use one of my little felt flowers that I did for Prima. We're going to be just having fun, and I'm going to show you how you can cut up masks and use them in smaller areas and things of that nature. So that's kind of just a peek of what we're going to be doing later in May. And if you did not catch my last video, make sure that you go back. We did record all of them. This is the album I did on the last class, and it shows you a little sneak of a couple of the new Sizzix dies that Prima is doing with Sizzix. So make sure that you go check back in on that, as well as Sharon and Carrie's classes earlier today. Okay, washi tape is awesome. It's thin. You can play with it. You can manipulate it. There's a lot of different purposes, or not purposes, but different techniques that you can use with them. So make sure you pick some up. You got to have some washi tape. All right. Okay. Let's see. I don't know. You guys, I didn't think it would take me that long, but I guess it did, yeah? Okay. Yeah, the washi tape that's out now, there's so many different designs. When I first started getting to it, when it was just, wait, you can have just one washi tape with you, Jamie, European time class or US. Is the May class with you, Jamie, a European time? It is an evening. That will be an evening class. It's going to be on our regular Thursdays. Thursday night at 6:30 Pacific time. Okay. But we do record them, so definitely make sure that you check back. And you can always check back in and watch the recordings. Show us some more dies. Carrie, am I allowed to show them more dies? I don't know. I might get in trouble. Okay. Ustream, I think Saturdays might be a busy day for Ustream. What do you think? She's not answering me. She's speed brat. Okay. So, that is that for me today. You guys are done with me. You don't have to see me again today. I'll check back in with the chat and join you guys in all the fun. I was booted to Grammy. Okay. Thank you so much. I know we are a little shorter than an hour and a half, but it gives you a little more time for a break before Drew comes back. It gives you almost a whole hour. Okay. Facebook, because I couldn't get the link. Oh, okay. I'm so glad I can join you today. We had a lot of fun. And again, if you want to get in for the little Hello Pastel giveaway, go ahead and head over to my artist page, and it's facebook.com/Jaylyn Scraps, JAYLYNN Scraps, and it's only open for today, for Saturday, and I will pick a winner at the end of the day after all of our shows are over. So make sure you guys check that out. Now, oh, Janie won the giveaway at this class today. So, congrats, Janie. Okay, did you draw the, what? I'm trying to read it. I did. All of those paintings and photos, I draw those. I did draw that. Alrighty, I'm going to hit record off. Stop record.